Hello, and welcome to today's stream. Welcome to today's stream. Hope you guys are doing well. I don't know what's going on weird with my okay, there's something going on a little bit weird there. Oh no, nothing weird. Hello there. We just got a new follow. Thank you very much for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Add you on Discord, huh? My Discord's still underway, mate, but sure. Alright, in today's flight, we are going to be getting ourselves from Doha over to Dubai. And we're going to be using the A380X by FlyByWire, as you can tell. Now, this plane is, in my opinion, one of the very, very best that you can get your hands on for Microsoft Flight Sim, both 2020 and 2024, obviously. It now seems to be working in 2024 for me, right? So I'm not so sure if they have officially released it for 2024 yet, but it's working for me. The stable version apparently is working for me in 2024. I no longer have the labels completely washed out in the cockpit issue that I had. So I decided, you know what, we're gonna give it a shot today. Let's see how it goes. All right, let's see how it goes. And I recently just purchased the Inibil's Doha package, which includes the airport OTHH, Hamad International in Doha, as well as the Doha City pack as well. So I've purchased those, and that's the main purpose of today's live stream. We're going to check that out. We're going to check it out both during the day and at nighttime. So I'm planning on flying from Doha to Dubai during the day. This is a live time, I believe. And then on the return trip, we're going to change the time to nighttime, and then we'll see how Doha looks like as we fly back into it from Dubai. That is the plan, ladies and gentlemen. That is the plan. All right, without any further delay, let's just get into it. A beautiful aircraft here. Now, the frame rates that you're seeing, the airport does eat up quite a bit of performance, I have to mention. However, it's not too terrible. For an airport this detailed, it's not too terrible. As you can tell right from outside, we can see through it. It looks very realistic, very, very immersive. Is it worth the £20 that you pay for it? That remains to be seen, right? I'm not entirely sure about that. Whether it's worth all of that, I'm not so sure. Anyway, got a beautiful aircraft here. Looking lovely. The FlyByWire A380 in 2024. Looking good. Considering this is a completely free aircraft, I have to say it is so good. Look at that. This is all free. Completely free. That is crazy good. That is crazy good. Yes, the engine modeling, there's a lack of textures probably on the engine. Even then, it's not too terrible. Look at that. That's not too bad at all. Yeah, I take that back. This is some good stuff for a free aircraft. My goodness, that is some good stuff right there. Look at that. Looks absolutely gorgeous. Right? You could expect this from some payware aircrafts. In fact, there are payware aircrafts that are worse than this. Sure, the wing textures can be improved a little bit of polygons here and there and whatever, but you know, it is great. It really is. Look at this. That's very, very nice. Very nice. And obviously we are flying the World Cup 2022 livery here with Qatar Airways. Absolutely beautiful plane. Very, very nice. Look at the texturing there. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah, a little bit blurry there, but nothing to complain about. Nothing to complain about. It's all free. This is all free. This is absolutely brilliant for a free aircraft. Look at that. Yep, inside the landing gear bay, we've got a little bit of an issue with, it's not modeled that well inside, but I don't think that really matters. That's all the way inside. Look at the textures on the tires. This is good stuff. This is good stuff. It's definitely enough for, it's missing some cables and pipes. As you can clearly tell, there's some cables and pipes missing. I don't know if this is missing in 2020 as well. I don't think it's missing in 2020. I think this is just, I don't think those cables and pipes are missing in 2020. I think I'm gonna have to go back and double check that. Yeah, but anyway, doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad. Does not look too bad at all. I really enjoy this aircraft, and the way it flies and handles, one of the best in Microsoft Flight Sim. It definitely is. The ground handling is much better on this aircraft, and it feels more realistic. I can't attest to that, obviously, because I'm not a real-world A380 pilot, but the ground handling feels much better. Feels more realistic. The flying feels very nice with this aircraft. It's a beautiful aircraft to fly as well. Very enjoyable. Very, very nice. Textures could use some improving there, but I think this is great. They do have the 8K version as well, right? Yeah. So I'm guessing some of these issues won't be there in the 8K version. I'm running the 4K textures version of A380, and I am flying it in 4K. So maybe I'll give it a shot with the 8K version next time and see how that compares to this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, this it can be better, Now, taking a quick look at Doha airport here. Look at the amount of the textures in this entire scenery is absolutely insane. That is your jetway right there. Look at the level of texturing and the details that you can see on a jetway. That is very, very detailed. Look at the glass. That's beautiful. That is very, very good stuff. Yep. Most definitely is. In this area I don't like as much, but it's still pretty good. It is still pretty good. Yep, look at all of that. Very, very nice. And if we come into the building, it's absolutely gorgeous. Is it worth £20 though? I'm not so sure. Now, do we need this much detail inside the building? Absolutely not. Because what matters is what it looks like from outside. Now, unless you're a content creator trying to make videos and stuff, the level of detail on the inside doesn't really matter. Like, just a basic level of detail will give you a very similar experience to what you're having here, with probably much better frame rate. So that's something to keep in mind with this scenery. But it is absolutely well done. Look at how good the scenery is. Very, very detailed. If you're making videos, this thing can really help you out with some cinematic shots and stuff. And I'm pretty sure at night it looks really good. So we're going to check that out on the return flight as well. The aircrafts look absolutely stunning from this view. On the gates there, very, very nice. Look at that. Got shops. Right, how do we connect to that? There we go. God, this is good stuff. Look at this area right here. Sort of the atrium kind of area here. Looks great. It's all modeled. Very, very nice. We go outside for a second. Look at that. That is a beautiful, beautiful airport. And you can see this quite a way away as well. So it's pretty cool. This is a well-modeled airport there. But is it, should you spend £20 on an airport ever? I don't think so. I do not think you should pay roughly £20 is what you pay for it. Roughly, don't quote me on the exact price there, but roughly about £20 for an airport. I don't think you should ever pay £20 for an airport. I really don't think so, but this airport does look good and there's no denying it. It also has that tram right there that moves through the terminal, which you can actually turn off, by the way. You can turn off a lot of different things in the any manager application. so that you can improve your performance. Right now I've got everything running, but you can change it. It's very detailed, very, very detailed. But yeah, you almost never need this for a good flight sim experience. It's just too much. It's way too much, right? It really is way too much. You don't need all of this. You definitely do not need all of this. Okay, sure, it'd be nice to make a few cinematic shots, but just for a few cinematic shots, all of this, I don't think so. Most of this, you'll never see it. You'll never see it in your regular flying, so I don't think it's worth it. But at nighttime, the level of detail may be a different story. So that's something we're going to have to check out at night. It looks good, though. Shaz FNM, how you doing, man? Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Level of detail, like I was saying, crazy. Right? Is this thing, what's inside this? Nothing's inside it. I don't know. This is cool though. Right? You can turn off the parking shades as well if you want to. So yeah. It is modeled with an incredible level of detail. Considering this is a flight simulator, this is crazy. It's cool that we have the option and the availability of this. And look at this. Look at the water next to it. Really, really nice. Look at all of that. That is really nice, isn't it? That is really nice. Mr. Shaz FNM, how you been doing, man? How you been doing? Welcome to today's stream. We are in Doha, and we're just checking out the Inibil's Doha airport. They released a couple of updates for it recently, like a week ago or something. I'm a little late to the party, but you know, just checking that out. I really like this. Look at that. The waters, the road here, the sign on the road there. It's very, very nice. It is. Wow. Damn. That's some good stuff. That's some good stuff. But nobody should ever spend 20 pounds on an airport. I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. Appreciate you chiming into the stream. Today is going to be a fun one. I got I believe this is the Emiri terminal. If I'm not mistaken, it should be the Emiri terminal. Away from there, really beautifully modeled. Anyway, okay, and in the distance you can also see Doha, the high rises of Doha, far off in the distance, a little bit obscured today, but are we flying with everything live? Yes, we are. Okay, but still, we can see Doha in the distance, and that's the Inibil's Doha pack as well that I've bought. Now for £5, I think that's an okay purchase. So we're gonna have to check that out mostly at night, but we could also check that out now if we wanted to. It's just this place is beautiful, huh? Look at that. Oof, good lord. Maybe this like from a developer's point of view, it is worth £20. Right, because there's so much work that's in here. It is worth £20, but from a flight simmer's point of view, should you pay £20 for an airport ever? That is the question. Whether it's worth it or not is a different question. This is worth £20. There's a lot of stuff here. The LODs on the ground markings, as usual, 2024 for you. The LODs on the ground markings are terrible. So from here, they're excellent. Looks good. You just come up a little bit and they become terrible immediately. So that's something that I don't like about Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. We don't have this issue in 2020. I don't think the scenery is available for 2020 at all, which is a shame. I'll try it though. I'll try it. I don't think 2020 is capable of handling all of this. I think our performance is going to drop if I try that. But nonetheless, in the distance we can see Doha. Obviously, I'm not going to go in drone mode all the way to the city. It's going to take us forever at this speed. I mean, I could just change the drone speed, couldn't I? Let's go check out the hell is the drone speed. Oh, we're on 30. Yeah, even that's going to take us a bit of time, but you know, yeah, it's not too terrible. It's not too terrible. There we go. Okay, so this area is fixed. We got the stadium up here. There are a bunch of islands. The banana island over there. See that? I think that comes as part of the scenery as well. That's modeled as well as part of the scenery, which is really nice. Overall, I have to say this entire scenery really does transform this area, like the airport. It really does. Along with the city pack, it does bring Doha to life. There's no denying it. So if you're someone who flies a lot into Doha, like I do, Doha, Dubai, Muscat, I fly here a lot. So it makes sense to have this scenery installed. But as you can tell, it does have a toll on performance, but nothing too terrible where you can't fly. Nicely modeled stadium there. What else do we have? There is the city of Doha. Okay, this is a separate city pack that I bought for about £5 if I'm not wrong, which again is it's quite a bit of money to be spending on a city pack and stuff, to be honest with you. Got some more modeling in the distance. We've got a beautiful building model here as well. I don't think we're gonna go take a look at that now. We'll take a look at it on the return flight, but here we are. It looks good at night though, it does. So we're gonna take a look at that. So it does bring Doha to life somewhat, right? Worth £5, I'll leave that up to you, but I think for someone like me who flies a lot into Doha, I think it's worth it. And plus, Doha is a hub, so okay. Anyway, that's enough droning around. Let's get back into the plane now. We've wasted a lot of time here. 20 minutes just checking out the stuff. So let's reset that camera right there. How the hell do I go back? I have no idea. Come on, reset it. There we go. And our speed is at 30 and all of that stuff. That's great. Okay. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's go into our cockpit today. And let's get ourselves started up. So earlier on, when I tried to put the A380 into 2024, every bit of this white labeling would just disappear completely. And now I don't have that issue. So let's see how this goes. It's not exactly the most stable thing. And another thing I want to mention, the performance drop could be because of the A380. Okay, it could be because of the A380 and has nothing to do with the airport. It could be that as well. So I need to double check that by flying the A330 into here before I can say that for sure. Just a disclaimer there. Just a disclaimer there, guys. Okay. That being said, let's get this party started. Well, how are we doing this? Let's go up here. Start up all our batteries. External power all up there. Let's just go overhead. Emergency lights armed, nav lights on, strobe to automatic. Come on. Logo to automatic. Obviously, there we go. Then we've got our seatbelt signs on. Okay. Got crew supply there on, ground control for the recorder on there as well. Let's get our IRS systems up and running. Do we need to do a fire test? I really don't like doing the tests, but you know what? There we go. Just for the sake of it. Just for the sake of saying, oh, we did something. We're going to just go ahead and run that. Then the fuel pumps, I'm going to leave them off for the time being. Is there anything else for me to do up here? Absolutely not. There is actually nothing for us to do up here. Okay, great. Let's come down to our tablet here. I have GSX running, so let's. It does work. I have checked that. Import our sim brief data for today. There we go. That's fine. Let's go to our weight and balance. That's good. Fuel. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to defuel ourselves by putting very little fuel in there. Instant, and we're going to just say that. Does that work? Oh yeah, we're gonna have to... How much fuel are we taking on? According to... Yeah, it's 25,000 block fuel. Okay, so I know what to do. So we just come to settings here. We go to third party. We go to that. We come back here. And we just do this. Defuel our aircraft completely. There we go. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go back here. And I'm going to enable that now. Then I'm going to come back here. Gonna get that ready for refueling, but I'm not gonna do that just yet, obviously. When we call refueling, and I'm gonna change that to fast, When we call for refueling, it will do it automatically now with GSX. That's all you got. You just have to make sure that the actual amount of fuel you have in your aircraft is lower than the amount of aircraft that you're about to load, obviously. Otherwise, nothing's going to happen when you call GSX. Great. We got our ground power unit. Okay, that's all fine. Right. So the only thing left for us to really do is call our refueling truck first, fuel up our aircraft, and while that is happening, we're going to get started with the FMC probably. Oh yeah, that's another thing. We're going to have to put our planned weights in correctly there. That's okay. That's okay. Let's see how it goes, right? So, fueling. We can start with GSX. GSX, please. Please bring fueling. Okay. There we go. And we should be able to see the fuel truck pop in somewhere, at least soon anyway. It should be able to pop in soon. So let's get started here. Let's go to our flight plan init. Let's request our flight plan from SimBrief there. The fuel truck not yet here. That's fine. Just double checking that we have the fuel truck coming. Yes, it's on its way. There it is. That's the fuel truck coming, and it's gonna come in. Probably be here. Yep, there's our fuel hatch. So that's all good. Okay, receive that. Let's insert that. We've got all of that correctly the way we want. Cruising altitude of just 21,000 today. Obviously, it's a very short flight, maybe half an hour, 40 minutes. IRS is aligned. That's great. Departure. Now we got to take a look at our flight plans for today. Departure, we are going to be taking off from runway 16 left today. Okay, and our SID is going to be Aussie to Mike. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. No transitions. Let's insert that, and then we're going to go to OMDB. Our landing is into runway 30 left. Runway 30 left. Our approach is going to be VUTE 3. ILS 30 left. We're going to use the ILS today. ILS 30 left. Is that right? I think so. ILS 30 left. Via Uldot. No, we're not. We're not using a Via today. For our arrival, we're going to be using VUTE. So let's just use VUTE right here. There we go. That's done. And insert that for the time being. Let's go outside for just a second. There's our fuel truck. Getting into position. The guy is bringing over the fuel hose and all that stuff. Pumping the fuel from the ground. The hatch is open. I find it so cool how the hatch is over there. Let's go take a look at that. Let's go take a look at that, shall we? Let's go take a look at what these guys are up to. Hello, sir. What are you up to? Look at that. Really cool. I really enjoy these animations by GSX there. That looks really cool. Yes, it is, sir. Okay. Although I must say that the fuel hose is not. Hold on. Why is the fuel hose off of the hatch? Mate, I think you got a problem there, man. Yep. Anyway, we're gonna ignore that. I'm not sure if that's right, but we're gonna ignore that, and there we go. He's connecting up the hoses there. That will mean that we are ready to request a refueling. Just in a second there. Yep, he's connected it up. All done there. So let's go into our tablet and we can say refuel. Okay. Did I just ask you to refuel? I just did, didn't I? Well, go ahead. This worked last time. Now it's saying refueling 0. Okay. I have no idea what's going on. It's supposed to start by itself. I don't know why it's refusing now. It worked the last time. Good lord. What the heck? Okay. Maybe this will do it now. I don't see anything happening though. Yeah, it is happening. There you go. It is working, so I don't... Here it says 0, but that's not true. It is refueling. So I guess... I don't know. All I know is refueling is happening. We can see the fuel quantity is increasing, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. We're just going to leave it exactly the way it is. Let's come down here. Let's take a look at our flight plan. Any discontinuities? Yes, we have one. We can delete that. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Okay, great. That's done. Let's go back here. Let's go to navaids. We don't have anything to do except this right here. Our landing into Dubai. Now, we're landing into 30 left. So we need to set up the ILS for that. We're going to do that in advance here. I'm not really going to wait till we are in the air. The flight is short anyway. So let's go ahead and do that. May find the frequency for 30 left. And if I'm not wrong, it's supposed to be IDBW as the identifier. So let me put that in. There we go. And that is the correct frequency and we are good. Let's return that. Let's come to our fuel and load now. 0 fuel weight. Now this is where things get interesting. Before we go any further, let's allow the refueling thing. Is it done? Just to make sure it's done. It's done. There we go. Fueling truck is going away. So let me go ahead and ask for boarding process. It's going to take a while to board. So I'm going to have to ask for boarding right now. If we have any hope of getting that completed. There we go. Nice little view from the terminal as the jetway attaches there. Let's have a look at that. These passengers are blocking our view there, but anyway. Great, we're gonna let that happen. We're gonna let that happen. And we need to open up the cargo doors, by the way. We gotta do that by ourselves. New services. Let's open up the cargo door there. There you go. So, planned payload 484, 0 fuel weight 350 kgs there. Okay, we can do that. We can do that. We got full house today, pretty much. So 0 fuel weight planned is 350.3. So let's put that in, shall we? 350.3. Enter that. Our block fuel for the day is 25,025.1 basically. So let's put that in. 0 fuel center of gravity is right here, 34.24. So 34.2. 34.2. Perfect. Taxi and all of that stuff, we don't need to worry about any of that. That's fine. Return. Let's go to right now. There should be a disagreement somewhere, but anyway. Takeoff performance for today. We need to calculate all of this THS4 and all of that stuff. If we come here, we can change that to gross weight center of gravity 35.4. So let's put that in here. 35.4. There we go. Packs are on, anti-ice is off. We need to go to SimBrief to get our performance done here. We can do it from... We can do it... Wait, I thought I had a SimBrief thing here. Where did that SimBrief thing go? Huh. I thought I had the SimBrief panel thing installed here. Oh yeah, it's in the tablet. There we go. SimBrief dispatch. Performance. Can do it from right here. Can do it from right here. Okay, populate from last flight. Thank you. It's really cool, this application. So we don't have to go outside and open a browser for our SimBrief. We can just do it from within the simulator. It's available for both MSFS 2020 and 2024. So we got all of that. Let's calculate. Okay, brilliant. 374 is the gross weight, whatever. Bleed setting, pack is on. Anti-ice, assume temperature of 66. Where do we put our temperature in? Where do we put our temperature in? Flex. Temperature of 66. Let's do that. What else do we have? We have the V speeds are here. OAT. Okay, let me put the V speeds in 146. Let me put in 146 150. Okay, that's all done. Let me go to fuel and load. Where's the OAT? Where is the OAT? I don't see the OAT. Data. This is so funny. Where is the OAT? Takeoff shift. Okay. I don't really see anything. All right. That is cool, and we don't really need to do anything else here. This is pretty much done. This is pretty much done. We can go to flight plan here, and we can go to destination or performance or whatever you want over here. We'll leave this on here. We'll turn this on in a second, and there you go. We're pretty much done here. Okay, we're pretty much done here. Now we need to request boarding immediately. Have we already done that? Yeah, we have. There we go. Passengers are boarding now. For some reason, the GSX passengers don't show up in the gateway, and I don't know why that is, because I've got the GSX profile for Doha, which already comes included with the installation of the airport from AnyBuilds. I already have that installed. So I don't know why the passengers are not showing up in the jetways. Need to look into that. Maybe it's the aircraft, maybe it's a GSX profile, maybe it's the jetway settings that I have within GSX, but something isn't right and the passengers are not showing up in the jetway. However, boarding is going on and that's all good. Yeah, pretty much. Now, since passengers are coming on board, we need to get our bleed going there. So let's turn on our APU. I'll leave this on and I'll put that on as well. Okay, that's fine. Let's come back down here. As a matter of fact, let's go here. Let's set our barometric pressure for today, and there we go. We're in QNH. Let's go to inches of mercury for our QNH. 29.62 today. That's fine. Let's go to nav mode on that. That's fine. Actually, we'll go to arc on this one. We'll increase the range on this one though. Yeah, just maybe 20 is better. Okay, and FD is on. If we, what did we say our cruising altitude was again? 21,000 feet? 21,000 feet is the cruising altitude apparently. Isn't 21,000 so low, but we're going to keep it that way. Okay, so we're going to keep it that way, 21,000. So we got manage mode available on vertical speed, on heading, on speed, and that's exactly what we want. Okay, that is exactly what we want, and we're going to leave it like this. I'm not going to do anything else to it. FD is on. Perfect. All right, fantastic. Now we just wait for our passengers to board up. As you can tell, the business class, first class people, or rather the first class people have already boarded, and the business class have boarded, I believe. And then we've got our economy class passengers boarding up at the moment. We've got yeah, so that's gonna take a while here. It takes a while here to happen. THS takeoff THS 4, it's supposed to be 35.4, right? So we need to remind ourselves to set that. But for now, we are looking all good in terms of light and everything. Yeah, exterior lighting is also looking pretty decent there. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. I just need to sort out how to do the gateway there. I really need to sort out, I mean, not the gateway, the jetway. I want the passengers to show up. Maybe I'll just, I'll have to look at my GSX settings to see how that works. Okay, cargo loading has finished up. It should close by itself. The doors should close by themselves, but I'm not so sure now. Let's find out. They don't? That sucks. That sucks. They don't really close by themselves. Let's go in and close that ourselves then. Services, let's cargo door please. We don't need the ground power unit anymore because we got APU running and we got bleed running as well. So we're gonna remove our ground power unit there. And there we go. I really want the passengers to show up, man. Gotta look into that. Gotta look into that. But apart from that, ladies and gentlemen, we don't have much to do here. Air pressure, what is a QNH? Millibars, huh? Is QNH in millibars? Yeah, it is in millibars, isn't it? Oh. That's alright. The captain and co-pilot sides are in sync, which is great. Perfect. This button does not work for disconnecting the autopilot, so anyway. Cool. Let me see if there's anybody in the chats. There's nobody in the chats. Nobody in the chats. There we go. We've spent as much time on the ground as we would have in the air, basically, at this point. But yeah, we had a good look at our scenery and everything, so I'm not complaining. Plus, it's A380. It takes a while to load up the passengers, even if we're doing the boarding in fast setting. So that's something to remember. Let's take a look at the views available for today's flight. Obviously, we got that. We got the tablet there. We've got FMS. Got a overhead panel. Not overhead panel. What do you call this? Over the pilot's instruments right there. Sort of like a what I like to call the dashboard. I don't really know what you call this. You got the overall cockpit view there. The co-pilot seat. Oh, I did not know you can control a seat like that. Okay, how do you... How do you put this back in? How do you put the seat back in? I don't know how to put the seat back in. Where's the click spot for it? No idea. No idea. But yeah, the co-pilot seat is a little off there, but you know, whatever. We're just gonna... I guess we're just gonna fly like this. Oh, good lord. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Perfecto. Okie dokie. Then what else do we have in terms of view? We got the overhead, and then we got the side window right there on the left hand side, looking really gorgeous. Let's go to the other side. That looks great as well. We've got that view. Okay, landing gear from the front, nose wheel there. Got the main landing gear from the rear. That's a little high, isn't it? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, let's see what's going on with the passengers here. Let's see what's going on with the passenger. Almost done. Almost there. Just 50 more to load, and that's gonna fill up really quickly here. Wait. Once that's done, we can, you know what? We can request it right now. Prepare for pushback and departure, and it's gonna do that once boarding is finished. There we go. So as soon as the jetway disconnects, you know we are about to push back. We just need to go in and turn on our beacon lights, turn on the fuel pumps, get that engine ignition going, and then we're ready to start and roll off out of here. Perfect. Beautiful. Beautiful. We could have done the checking out of the scenery while the boarding was going on, huh? Yeah, we should have checked out our scenery while the boarding was going on. Mistake on my part. We could have saved some time there had we done that, but, you know, always next time we're gonna do that. Gorgeous stuff, man. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Boarding has finished clearly and jetway is disconnecting. We can see the marshals and there's something wrong here. Look at this. GSX acts very funny. I have to say, GSX rarely has a day when everything works the way it's supposed to. Too many changes. I don't think they can keep up with it. Look at this thing. I've got a nice little glitch here where one of our marshals has her face literally leaking and being skewed and stretched like this. And I have no idea why that is, okay? No clue whatsoever. I've seen this before and it's happened again. I don't know why this happens, but clearly something's up with GSX. Anyway, that being said, time to turn on our fuel pumps here. Okay. Nose goes to the right today. Okay. Nose will go off to the right. Alrighty. Still waiting on that pop-up. Nose to the right. Releasing parking brake. Beacon lights on. Ignition. There you go. We're going to start engines 1 and 2. N3, N2 values rising. Okay, I'm gonna head back in here. Engine pretty much going according to plan there. Okay, available. Let's go with the other 2 engines now. Okay, set parking brake. Engines all available. We can put that down here. We can turn that off there. We can turn off our APU now. There you go. Auto brake to take off, please. Arm there. Let's drop our flaps and take a look at that. Here we are, waiting. I don't think we can see the hand signal from this point. Yeah. Oh, we can barely see it. There we go. Bye-bye. See ya. Bye-bye. Come on now. Thank you. Let's turn on our taxi light there. Or every other light pretty much the way we want it to be for now. Seatbelt signs on. No smoking on? Are those all on? Yes. Great. Okay, with all of that done, we're pretty much ready to taxi on out of here and get our takeoff going. But we need to put 35.4, double checking that our trim is in the right place. 34.4 is what we want. No, it's actually 35.4. Brilliant. Yep, 35.4. It's all good. Don't need to do anything. Turn that off for the time being, and we don't need to turn it off. We can just leave it. I don't like this thing being here, so I'm just gonna turn that off completely. There we go. That looks good. Looks good. Let me go ahead and just go ahead and call this daytime. All right. Oh god. Daytime. There we go. Save that. Confirm. And say during the day. I want the day. There we go. Done. Perfect. Okay, let's have a look at our takeoff configuration. We're just going to test it now. Everything is normal. We're going to release the parking brake and we're going to get rolling here. Just like that. There we go. Just, oh, before we do that, I need to check my flight controls. There we go. Nose wheel steering. That's fine. Rudder. That's fine. That's fine. Everything is good. Everything is good. Yes. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Everything is looking good. Release parking brake, and we are out of here. We are out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Great. Great, 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 great. So, to reach our takeoff runway today, we're going to have to go left, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. We're going to have to go left. Okay, great. All right, so we're gonna turn left here and then just continue all the way pretty much. That's all you gotta do. That's all we really gotta do. We're gonna follow this guy here. Although I'm pretty sure he's going the wrong way. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going the wrong way, but we're gonna follow him. Let's see what happens. Okay. It's really nice to taxi the A380. I really enjoy the way how it feels on the ground. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, come on. I have a feeling this guy is going a little bit too slow. We're okay. We're a little bit quick, though. This is with idle. We're taxiing a little bit quick there. I mean, look, it makes sense. We are kind of light today. We don't have much in the way of cargo, I believe. Or am I wrong about that? Let me have a look. Payload is just 50,000 kgs. I mean, yeah, okay. Yeah, we are... Yeah, we are... It's not like we're very light today, so... Surprising that we're going this quickly. Okay, we need to slow down, otherwise we're going to overtake this guy in front of us. We wouldn't want that. It's going to come to a complete stop here. We can start again there. TCAS is still on standby. Weather radar is non-functioning. I don't know how to make that function, so I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, we're continuing right now. Continuing on our taxi at the moment. Okay, I didn't expect this taxi to be this long, but here we are, ladies and gentlemen. It is a large airport though, so not so surprising. You gotta... It's oh god. Come on. Okay, let's put that there. We keep over-speeding on our taxi, don't we? Have we reached the end of where we're supposed to? I don't think we have. What's going on here? Let me have a look at this. Yeah, we are pretty much where we're supposed to be. Yep, there we go. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Runway 16 left is what we are supposed to be taking off from, so here we are. Okay, let's turn and get a bit of speed there, and then I'm going to turn it. Looking good. Looking good. And I'm just gonna leave it right here. Okay, we're gonna put all of those light up. Strobe lights can come to on. Logo lights can remain on automatic there. Anything else we need to do before takeoff? That is to put the TCAS there to TARA. And apart from that, we're ready. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's release that parking brake right there. Put those two down. Yeah, anybody in the chat? Nobody in the chat. We're ready to go. We're ready to go. Let's go. Come on. There we go. That's more like it. Let's line up onto the runway. Go outside for a second just to take a look at us turning onto the runway, looking beautiful. This aircraft is gorgeous, this thing. you go. Just going to turn that in. Ooh, we've still got a aircraft on the runway. Well, not that it really matters, it's just FSLTL traffic anyway. We're not flying on anything like VATSIM, so we're alright. Look at this, how cool is this? Little sliver of light coming in through the paneling. That is so cool, isn't it? Really, really cool. Anyway. Oh, come on, mate. Why the hell are you getting onto the runway now? No. Okay, we're gonna let this guy... Where are you going? What? You know what, I'm gonna go here and I'm just gonna reset the traffic. There you go. Done. Release parking brake. Throttle to flex. We are out of here. It's still too sensitive, they're out of control. Nonetheless. Okay, let's rotate. There we go. Rotation, positive rate, gear up. So we leave it up to the autopilot. We're gonna come out outside. Take a look at that as we leave behind Doha. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Look at that, man. Looking absolutely gorgeous. Can't wait to see what this looks like at night. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, let me head back in here for a second just to make sure everything is... No, we need a little bit more for that. There we go. We can... It's a little early to be putting up our flaps there, but still. I think that's okay. Just gonna put it up. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it up. Gonna leave it up there. Ground spoilers to disarmed there. Nose wheel light to off. Landing lights can remain on. Everything else can pretty much remain on here. Okay, that's great. 21,000 feet automatically. Speed is being managed correctly. We got everything going for us. And that's all good. Okay, let's turn that to nav mode. Increase the range on that. Leave that on arc mode. We'll increase the range on that. There we go. Looking good.
Traffic.
I don't care about traffic at the moment. It's just FSLTL traffic. Doesn't matter. Beautiful as we leave behind Doha, ladies and gentlemen. Really, really gorgeous. The wing flex on this thing is absolutely marvelous. Really good stuff. I really love this aircraft. I think not enough people fly it. I think it's underrated. It's very good. Anyway. Good LODs there on the city pack and the airport as well. Quite decent, if I might say. Compared to the rest of 2024. I mean, in 2020, that's the norm. But in 2024, LODs are terrible. So, don't know why that is. Looking good though. Straight on to Dubai. While we're flying out, let's have a look at our route for today on little nav map. Something I forgot, and there we go. We're flying ahead of an aircraft there. Probably the one that just took off. I have no idea. Okay, so route takes us out of Hamad International like so. We just took off, and then it takes us towards It takes us towards Go Blue like this. We're about to make that turn at Cassis. That turn right here. It's happening right now. And then a short little hop over the water and we're into Dubai. We're gonna go in, come on over the land. We're gonna pass Dubai, turn back around over the land, and then we're gonna come in through here and then turn back over the land and into runway 30 left at OMDB. So that is our flight plan for today. Very, very straightforward, nothing complicated at all. All right, cool. Let's put that away. Looking good. Looking good. Oh God, what has just happened? Okay. Are we having issues? Oh God. Simulator just crashed. Okay, so we just had a crash. We just had a simulator crash right there. Oh Lordy. Oh Lordy, I don't think the A380 is ready for this. I have never had a CTD with 2024 until I started flying the A380 in 2024. So maybe it's not a good idea. Maybe it's not a good idea. So we're a little bit stuck now. Okay, so what can we do here? How about we switch it up? And we try the A330, the Qatari A330 from Doha into Dubai, right? Because the A380 clearly did not work there. And I've never had a CTD in Microsoft Flight Sim until trying the A380 in 2024. So I think, yeah, I have to say it must be the 2024. It must be flying the A380 in 2024 that's causing us this issue. So I'm just going to wait here for the simulator to load up once again after that crash. We'll fly the A330 to Dubai instead. Change of plans. Because I don't think the A380 is going to make it all the way. So yeah, I don't think the A380 is going to make it. We're going to try the A330. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, let's see how it goes.
FS Realistic connected.
Okay, we back in here into the simulator. What can we try now? I'm not trying the A380 now because this is the second time I'm having a CTD with the A380. Once it was when I tried to end the flight and the other time was right now. So yeah, well, let's try the A330. The A330, where's the A330? Right here. There you go. Save and back. That's a Qatari one. Yeah, so I guess we'll have to pretty much redo everything. It won't be too long though. I'll be quick with this one. Let's see. Let's get that loaded up at the exact same gate. How about that? Just gonna give it a second here. I'm gonna put it in right here where it was. And I also need to change my sim brief plan, don't I? Let's come to EFB, sim brief dispatch, view our flight plan. We need to edit the flight. We need to change the aircraft. I don't really care about the timing, but it's going to automatically take care of itself, right? Probably, not sure. Use current time. Yes. Let's use the A330-300 if I can find it. There we go. That's the one by Inibills. We have got the GE one, and there we go. That's it, right? Generate this and kilograms. Yep, kilograms. And okay, generate. Done. Let's start that flight and let's get on out of here. Not a problem. Part of flight simming, ladies and gentlemen. Part of flight simming. Okay. So we're going to give this a second here to load. So yeah. Okay, into Doha we go. Very stuttery there for the first loading, as expected. Let's ready to fly this thing. Okay, all live, which is fantastic. Close that up. Let's try and remove this stuff, shall we? Why can't I can't interact with it. What's going on? Come on. Don't be so moody, baby. Come on. Why can't I remove this? Oh, 2024. Why you... Oh, there we go. How close do I have to get to this? Good lord. I'm right here, man. Won't let me remove any of this. Okay. How about this one? Will it remove? Okay, I remove that successfully. How about let's try this from the front, shall we? Maybe that will get rid of the covers. Yes, there we go. All the covers are gone now. Okay. There we go. All the covers are gone and the aircraft looks beautiful. The A330. Change of plans, eh? We'll try the A380 back in 2020 later on because we can't do it here right now. Okay, it's all good. Let's enter back into the aircraft. Okie dokie. I need to get a little used to it again because I was flying the A380 the last couple of times. Looks fantastic. Inibills A330 looks absolutely gorgeous. Here in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 and looks absolutely beautiful. Very well modeled. Look at the level of detail on that thing. It's gorgeous. Very nice. For a default aircraft, I think this one is a good one. Especially now with the updates and the stability and everything, it's a good one now. It's a very good one. Beautiful stuff. Look at that. Okay, anyway. Let's get into the aircraft. The performance is decent and I think I need to run the traffic injector again. So let me do that. Traffic injection coming up. Okay, traffic injection has been done. There we go, traffic coming alive. We're looking good. Let's go into our aircraft here. Get ourselves started up. Once again from cold and dark, but it shouldn't be too difficult here. Let's see. Alt 6. What? Come on. Alt 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. It's one of those aircrafts. Alt 3, Alt 4, Alt 5, Alt 6, Alt 7? Alt 7, Alt 8. The views are a little bit messed up. I gotta take a look at this. Alt 3, Alt 4, Alt 5. There's nothing. Okay, 6. And okay, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, the views are a little bit messed up on this one. Anyway, never mind. Let's go ahead. Battery up and running. External power up and running. Emergency lights there, nav lights there, strobe lights to automatic. Nav and logo lights up. Oh, that's wing lights, sorry. Nav and logo lights to 1 there. Can turn all of that on. Crew supply on there, ground control on there. And let's go ahead and line up our IRS there. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. Thank you for the follow, mate. I appreciate it. Discord. Yep. Discord. Oh, there's a test. Okay, that works. That's cool. I'm not going to do any of the other tests. We need to get on out of here, don't we? We need to get on out of here, ladies and gentlemen. We need to get on out of here. Okay. Alrighty. Fine. What can we do now? Let's go to our tablet here. And let's get our sim brief plan in here. There we go. Let's go to payload. To get sim brief to get GSX to work with this, we need to, let's see, what is the sim brief stuff? Fuel, and that is there. Okay, great. Fine. We're gonna do this. Apply the load. Instant. Okay. Then I'm gonna go to GSX. I'm gonna say request refueling, please. Refueling is gonna come up right away. And while refueling truck is on its way, I'm gonna say sim brief. There we go. And then we just press apply load when the fuel truck arrives. Nice and easy. Let me go down to the FMC there. I'm gonna clear that. I need to really redo the views on this aircraft, huh? But anyway. Okay, great. Request that. There we go. That's all done. Let's go to the next page. Zero fuel weight, center of gravity, and all that stuff. We need to put that in from the tablet here. Planned weight of 147. We need to refetch sim brief plans, huh? Give me a second. Okay. Zero fuel weight planned is 147.8. So I'm going to put that in here. 1 second. Let me see if the fuel truck is here. Yep, it's pulling up. We'll wait for him to pull up. 147.8. So let me put zero fuel weight there and center of gravity 147. Oh, right, okay. I know. Yeah, I need to change this. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to do this after. 147.832, is that? Oh, that's already there. Block fuel is what I need to do later. Block fuel is supposed to be 11.9, so it's supposed to be basically 12. Okay, so I'm just gonna put it at 12 right here. There you go. That's pretty much it. Let's go to init. Let's go outside. See what they're doing with the fueling connections here. Okay, we're gonna wait for our ground crew here to get that set up and running, and then we'll go ahead and request fueling. In the meantime, let's come here and do what we need to. Flight plan. ODHH. Departure. Runway 16 left. Alv to M right here. Insert that. Destination. Arrival into ILS 30 left. We're gonna go with Vute 4D. There we go, no transitions, insert. Constrained, delete above cruise flight. Just remove all of that, please. Okay, let's see if there's any discontinuities. There are none. That's interesting. Go to flight plan again. Let's just go through that one more time, shall we? Make sure there's no actual discontinuities, which there isn't. Surprise, surprise. Okay, let's go to performance. And we got all the stuff here. Flaps, we're gonna go for 1. And takeoff shift and all that good stuff. And all that good stuff. Transition altitude 13,000, flex temperature. What is our flex temperature for today? We need to check that up in SimBrief. Okay, so we're gonna do that. I'll do that in a second. We can do that in SimBrief, can't we? Yes, we can. So let's do that. We go outside. They're ready. Let's go to apply load fast. And that'll mean that we are refueling now. There will be something here on fuel on board. There we go. Refueling happening successfully. Yes, it is. Okay, so we'll let that happen and that'll go away on its own. So to get this performance values, I think we have it here, don't we? Yeah, we do. We don't even need this. We have it right here. This thing has it. So if we go to we need to wait, don't we? Yeah, let's wait for all of that to finish and then we can do it. There you go. Fueling finishing in 3 seconds. Done. Live gross. Wait, we need 2 minutes of that. Okay, so we'll just wait for 2 minutes. And once that's done, we'll be able to come in here and do the rest of our stuff as the weights increase and all of that, right? We'll be able to do that from here. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Fueling is done. I don't know what he's doing still here. So let's go here to GSX. Let me just say request boarding there. Fueling going away. Perfect. Does the door open? It's supposed to open on its own. Yes, it does. Perfect. Now let's see if passengers show up for this aircraft. And if it does, then you know it's an aircraft issue, not exactly a GSX issue. So let's see if passengers show up on this particular jetway now. So we'll take a look at that in a bit. God, it's hard to take a look at it. Okay, before we take a look at it, let's come back in here. Let's come back in here. No passengers showing up. Yeah. Boarding passengers now. Okay, still waiting. We'll wait. Yeah. So yeah, I still have to go back to GSX and take a look at the settings because... Oh wait, passengers are coming through. Yay! So that was just A380 problem then. Yeah, there you go. So I have to conclude that the FlyByWire A380 is not ready for 2024. It just isn't. Alright, it just isn't. There we go. We got passengers showing up and everything. Great. Great, man. It's just the A380 isn't ready. The A380 just isn't ready. Okay, that being said, let me come back into the tablet here. Let's see what it's saying. It's all done. Come to takeoff. Let's sync all of that. Let's calculate all of that. There you have your data you need. Flex temperature 72 and we can send everything to there. So 72 and 4.4 up. Okay. 72. 4. How can I forget that? 4.4 up. There we go. 4.4 up. There we go. And we have 126, 144, 145. Got all of that done. And there you go. Pretty much done. Pretty much done. Confirm takeoff data, next phase. We're not going to do anything about it. Direct climb towards... Where the hell are we going again? I forgot. Where's the crew? 210. Yeah, okay. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Approach. Transition altitude 15 here for some reason. That's fine. Configuration is full. That's fine. If we come to our radio here, ID is not the frequency we're using. We're using IDB double U right here. There we go, 111.30. That is the correct one, and we are done, ladies and gentlemen, just like that. There's a progress page on that one. There we go. That's pretty much it. That is pretty much it for us here. Let's press B there for our local pressure, 1002 now. That is fine. Turn that on. I really like this tablet, it's cool. We can go ahead and turn on our FD there and there. That gives us all of that. Let's go towards 21,000 feet. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Just like that, we got our manage mode on speed, manage mode on heading, manage mode on altitude. We are all set here and ready to get on out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Ready to get on out of here. Increase the range on that. Leave the range on that exactly the way it is. Ta-da, we're ready. Pretty much ready there. This is great. Cool. Now, for takeoff, 4.4 up is the THS that we are told. Don't worry about that in a minute. Let's go ahead and take a look at our passengers. Let's go ahead and take a look at our passengers. There we go. Perfectly working jetway and passengers with GSX for the scenery. So, yep, the GSX profile works really great. Yeah, it's all good. All good. Are the feet of the passengers showing from underneath? No, they're not. It's fine. It's all good here. So that was just an A380 issue. Our passengers show up just the way they're supposed to. All good. Beautiful. That's great. Can we see them from this window? Yes, we can. Look at that. I really like that. It's very nice. The distance we can see. It is just crazy how far flight simulators have come. Anyway, we're good. All right. Since the passengers have started boarding pretty much, let me go ahead and start up our APU because we need it. APU bleed on, APU on. APU on, please, because our passengers need some of that. So APU is now coming to life. So we're ready. That's great. Alrighty. I am a huge fan of the A330. It's probably because we got so many good A330s for flight sim available. Got the default laminar A330, which is absolutely fantastic. We got the Aerogenesis A330, which is great. We've got Inibill's A330 in Microsoft Flight Sim. We've got the Tollis A330, which is absolutely fantastic as well. So we got a lot of good A330s for flight sim, and they're all really, really enjoyable. So I like the A330 quite a bit. I was never much of an Airbus man, but you gotta say, as a pilot, I think you'd love Airbus because of how simple it is compared to Boeing most of the times, at least. A lot of stuff is automatic, you know? But anyway, Boeing still has its place. My favorite aircraft of all time is still the 777, which you can see in the distance over there. Okay, where are we with the passenger loading? Are we done? No, still going on. Still going on, ladies and gentlemen. Still going on. Yeah, it's still going on. Anybody in the chat? Nobody really in the chat, but yeah. Just gonna wait up. Brilliant. All of that is done pretty much. Let's have a look at GSX just to see where our passenger loading is at. 191 out of 258, so just a little bit more to go, and then we're out of here. We can prepare for pushback and departure. We'll press that so that when it's time for us to go, the jetway will automatically disconnect. Right? Here we are. Okay. While that's happening, we can take a look at it from inside the terminal, which is right here. Or we can just look at it from outside, whichever floats our boat. It's really wonderful how far flight simming has gone. If they can improve the lighting in Microsoft Flight Sim just a little bit better. I don't know what it is, but something isn't right, you know? They can improve the lighting just a little bit better. It's a little too shiny. Everything is too bright. Perhaps if I play around with the EV composure thingy, that might give us a... You know what? You're right. I should do that. I should mess around with it. Well, okay. For today's live stream, I'm not going to mess around with it. I'll do it when I'm off stream, and then I'll come back with the EV exposure thing that we have in the settings. Maybe that'll make my flight sim look a little bit better, because right now everything is a little too, like during the day at this time, it just doesn't seem right, you know? So we'll look at that in a bit. Alrighty. Have a look at it from the inside for a second. Let's take a look at the view. This side isn't the best in the world. Yeah, that view isn't that great, is it? Yeah, let me fix that. Let me fix that view up just there. That is better. That's much better. There you go. That's much better. Okay. Now let's check out the view this side. Yeah, that's terrible. Come on. Let me fix that up as well. Yeah, I think that's okay, maybe. Yeah, this is okay, I suppose. Yeah, okay enough. Okay enough for the purpose of this flight. I'm gonna have to go and fix up all my views. Alright, come on. Are we done with passenger loading? We should be. We really should be. Come on. There we go. Jetway disconnecting, and marshals have popped up there. Oh, Not a lot of animation on that jetway withdrawal there, but that's okay. Or rather, jetway disconnection, I should say. Okay, let's jump in here for a second. Let's come here and turn on our main fuel pumps in advance. We can do that. Okay, that's fine. Let me see if I can get this view set up here as well. Yeah, something like this. I'll do for now. Okay. So we got 2, we got 1, 2, 1 is here. It's working. So what's the issue? 3, 4, 5 is up here. 6 should be overhead, but I don't have that set up yet. Anyway, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. Look at the level of detail on a lighting pole. That is absolutely crazy, man. Come a long way. Nose to the right. We're ready to release our parking brake. Okay, beacon lights on. Ready to start engines. Engine to start, please. And let's go ahead and start with engine number 2. Engine number 2 coming alive. Alrighty, we've got engines coming alive there. Really nice wing flex. Okay, the wing flex in 2024 is a little messed up. Something to do with the right hand or left hand not being equal to the other. But I do have a wing flex fix running at the moment, so yeah. Same with the other engine now. So we got wing flex on both sides on this flight. But yeah. Looking good. Please set parking brake. Okay, we can do that. Let's put that parking brake back on. Auto brake to max. Front spoilers armed. It's shaking like this because of the disconnection of the tug there. Once that's finished, it should not have an issue. Wait, we're in reverse? What the hell? Oh yeah. We got that as well, the throttle issue. Completely forgot about that. That's gonna be a big problem. That is gonna be a big problem. Let me see if I can do the throttle. No, reverse is not on axis. I'm trying to recalibrate my throttles here. Give me a second. Let me set climb here. What the hell? It won't let me set the idle from here. I don't understand. That is set climb. That is set flex. That is set toga. Okay. It just won't let me. The reverse is always on, so ain't nothing I can do about it. Literally nothing I can do about it, so close it there. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Yeah, we're ready to go, pretty much, I guess. So yeah, let's just try what we can do. Unfortunately, I don't think there's much we can do about this. There we go, that's all we can do. Okay, we'll leave it like this. Okay, we'll leave it like this. We need to put our flaps down, so let's take a look at that. Flaps traveling. Okay. Let's test our takeoff conf. What? There we go, everything is normal. Predictive wind shear on. Let's put that on there. Let's go to our TCAS. Where's our TCAS? Where do I find TCAS from here? It's in surveillance page, right? Should be, but I don't know where it is. I forget where the TCAS is for this one. I don't remember. How do I turn on the TCAS? Ah, there it is. Found it. My bad. My bad. We're on standby. Let's put that on there. We are on there. We are on there. We are on above. Let's put that all. Okay, we'll leave it on above. Doesn't matter. And then we're on standby. We just need to put that in the right place as we go along. Perfect. Okay. Bit of teething issues there. Oh God. Then there's this thing that happens. Oh, 2024, why are you such a pain? There we go, now it's working. Good Lord, okay. Taxi light, there we go, let's do that. Everything else is looking good. Nav light at position number 2 for me. APU off, ignition to normal there. And parking brake off, and we should start rolling. Yes, we are rolling. Okay, we're looking good. We are looking good. Everything else is looking normal. Okay. Perfect. Good Lord. That took us a while. There we go. Leaving behind beautiful Doha. I hope the nose wheel tiller is working. I can't even tell, man. What the hell? Oh, it's fine. Okay. Okay, nose wheel tiller is working. That's great. Alrighty. Let's find ourselves at the end of the runway that we need to, which is runway 16 left here out of Doha. Can I say I'm a big fan of this Doha thing? Oh, yes. So I stand corrected. The performance impacts that we were having before was because of the A380. We can confirm that now. It was not because of the airport at all. Okay? So yeah, the airport is just fine. It was just fine. It's just the A380 by FlyByWire is just not ready for 2024. It's just not ready for 2024. Still giving me issues at least. And this is another bug that we have with the A330. There's that red thing that shows up for some reason. I don't know what that is, but yeah. Okay. But if apart from that, the performance is perfectly fine. I think this is quickly going to be one of my very favorite airports now to fly out of and into. So yeah. We're going to have some fun with this airport in the coming few days. Live streams and videos. I'm going to have a long flight planned. So it's going to be really, really cool. Really, really cool. But yeah, performance is just fine. So it was the A380 that was giving us issues. I stand corrected. There's no issue with this airport. It's really cool. Really, really cool. I'm excited to use it. Excited to use it. Okie dokie. I feel like I'm just gonna allow myself to taxi on here. I want to get a better view here. I want to get a better view. I mean that's okay though. I think it's okay. Yeah, it's fine. It is fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. Alrighty. Just a long taxi here till the end of the runway and then we're out. Absolutely gorgeous. What are these? So much to do. I can't wait to fly out of this airport. We're doing a lot of flights in this airport now. And our view is stuck again. This happens in 2024 for me on some aircrafts, not all of them. Yeah, now it's out. Cabin ready for takeoff. Qatari terminal there with a couple of aircrafts parked there as well. Looking good. Yes. All indications normal. We didn't check our flight controls, but that's okay. There we go. Flight controls are good. Flight controls are good. That's fine. That's fine. I don't know if the rudder and tiller inputs are separate. No, they're not, but we know the rudder is working, so that's fine. There we go. Good. Good. Let's try the nose wheel. They're not separate, but that's okay. Just a tiny touch and it goes a long way. The sensitivity is too high on the nose wheel tiller. I'm gonna have to adjust that. Yeah, I seriously need to adjust that on Microsoft Flight Sim. The rudder sensitivity is just way too much. I don't know. Anyway, maybe that's just me. Looking great. What a gorgeous scene. I will definitely be adjusting the EV composure. I think that will make the graphics look much, much better here. That is Banana Island, and there's a resort on it as well. I think that's modeled as part of the airport, which is really, really cool. And yeah, got some really cool stuff. It's great. It's great. I don't know if these runway and taxi signs are because of the scenery that's included in the airport, or is it because of the additional stuff I've installed. I've installed the taxiway signs enhancement and also the lights enhancement and stuff like that. So I've got that going on. I do need to I haven't yet bought the aircraft lights improvement mod. I haven't done that. But every other thing is improved, and that's what you can see here. They really work, unless it's already part of the scenery, but it's pretty cool. Anyway, we're coming up on the end of the runway there. I love how they've paid attention to so much detail, even towards the end of the runway. From a developer's point of view, this airport is worth £20, but I don't know if anyone should ever spend £20 on an airport. That's the only question. But this, it's not a rip-off, is what I'm trying to say. As expensive as it is, it's really cool. It's really well done. So well done. Okay, time to make that turning, and we're going too fast here. Put the pump on that brake. Can make that turn right here. Okay. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. 16L right ahead of us. Beautiful. Let's put on that brake for a second there. Parking brake on. TCAS. Let's go to TARA. Ready? Let's just put that on all. Let's go to takeoff on that. Takeoff on that. Strobe lights on, please. Nav lights on there. Wing lights, we don't really need them. Runway turn off, we don't need them. Everything else is looking absolutely fantastic here. Any other lights I need? I do. I want this light to be max. That's right. What else? What else? Okay, that's about it. That's about it. Okay. With that, I'm gonna release that parking brake. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Let's get on out of here. Okay. Wait. Is it here? Is it here or what? All right. Okay, let's turn that in. It's time to turn that in. Got enough runway today, so it's not that big of a deal. Let's turn ourselves in just like that. There we go. Perfect. Well, almost perfect. You get my point. Okay, let's do flex temperature takeoff right there. Let's see. Flex, please. I don't know why the D10s are not working. They should. Okay, I'll rotate. Gear up. Slats up. Autopilot on. Put that down to the climb detent if I can. What is it doing? Okay. There we go. Leaving behind Doha, everybody. Once again, second takeoff of the day. Hopefully this time. Hopefully this time it's going to be alright. Hopefully this time it's going to be alright. I don't like the LOD on that. That's kind of weird, but anyway. Really, really cool. This has got me wondering, should I get the Dubai from Any Builds? I do have, right now the Dubai I have is the default one in Microsoft Flight Sim. That's the one I'm using at the moment. Because it's even better than the Dubai that was available a couple of years ago by Feel There, which is what I've been using until I got the Star Airport handcrafted. So now I don't know. Should I get the Dubai from Inibills? Looking good. Everything is looking great. Let me get back into the cockpit for a second because I haven't flown this aircraft in a while, but great textures there. Coming back in. Coming back in, let's have a look. Let's go to nav mode here, increase the range down up to 40. Let's increase the range there up there. We're passing 6,000 feet, nothing else to do here. Speed is automatically being managed, 250 knots under 10,000 feet. Ground spoilers disarmed, please. Lighting on the nose can come to completely off there. Seatbelt signs can remain on, everything else can remain on. We're looking good. Put down that feet rest right there. Great. Beautiful aircraft this. If anybody's in the chat, I wonder if the Inibills A350 is worth giving a shot to now. It's really cool, you can do that. I hope this doesn't work in flight, it's not supposed to. Yeah, it doesn't, good. Alright. 8,800, 8,900. Let's go outside. There is the airport we just took off from. And we'll be able to see the shoreline of UAE in no time. So it's a very short flight here. Somewhere there. Somewhere here maybe even, I don't know. The water is so pristine, crystal blue. Very beautiful. I've been trying to get to learn how to do I've been trying to learn how to fly helicopters, and I've been failing miserably. It's a completely different sensitivity settings that I require, and I just can't do it at the moment. We're still on manual thrust. How? There we go. Put it on the right setting. I did. This is where. Okay, you know what? Let me just go to my. Let me go to my options. Go to the throttle settings. This is where climb is. Set climb, please. Thank you. Okay, thank you very much. What? What? Okay, fine, whatever. Whatever, man. Whatever. We've set it correctly. Everything is done. Above 10,000 feet. Let's turn that off. Let's turn that off. Let's turn that to automatic there. And we're ready. That's pretty much it. Okay, transition altitude here is at 13,000 feet? I suppose so. So I'm going to wait for that. Apart from that, everything is just normal. Nothing else to do here. Nothing else to do here. 13,000 feet coming up and at 300 feet. Really cool. 13,000 feet, and we can put that on standard there. There we go. Cool. And we are on our way, ladies and gentlemen. Got a long way to go. Not a long way. Less than 120 nautical miles to go towards our top of descent. So that shouldn't be too hard for us here today. Let's have a look at some of the cinematic views, shall we? That's not a very good cinematic view, is it? Lord, why did it do that? Yeah, the views aren't great. Yeah. We're alright, it's nothing terrible. It's nothing terrible. On our way we go. Yes. Yes. All right. Okay. What do we have going on here? Got a fuel issue going on? I don't think so. I don't think we have a fuel issue going on. But I can't be sure. It's not. We don't need to worry about outer tank transfers and all that stuff. Not really concerned. Okay, top of descent coming up in less than 100 nautical miles at this point, huh? That's pretty cool. Let's have a look at that. Port 4, let's go down there. Yeah. Top of descent is not that far away. No sir, it is not. That's great. 21,000 feet, everything looking good. Everything is looking good. Can increase the range on that. Can increase the range on that as well. Alrighty. There is, yeah, I mean, ain't nothing much to do here. We got nothing much to look at either. It's just plain old seas all ahead of us, or rather all around us. If you take a look at that cabin there's nothing. I really need to work on that EV composure thing. Exposure, sorry. EV exposure. I need to write that down. I need to do that right after this live stream. So you're gonna have to remind myself to do it. We're looking good though. Sun is out and it's bright. Lovely textures, huh? Very cool. Oh, we got somebody flying up ahead of us. Okay. Gonna leave it here in cinematic for a bit. So let me do that. Leaving it in cinematic. That's how we're going to leave it for the time being. Should I leave the alerts on here as well? No, why not? I'm going to leave it just here for the time being, and I'm around here. I don't even need to put this on. I'm not really stepping away, so feel free to chime in. I'll be right here. All right. We're very, very close to our top of descent now. About 20 nautical miles, about 30 nautical miles, I would say. We don't have long to go. Let's take a quick look around the cabin before we come back in here. So taking a quick look around the cabin. There we go. It's not too bad. That's not too bad. Okay. So let's increase the range on that. When we're 10 nautical miles away from the top of descent, we need to... Oh, I forgot. We need to take a look at what's going on here, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Sorry, performance. Cruise. Yeah, we'll wait for this. We'll wait for this. QNH. What is our QNH as we fly into Dubai? It is the same. It's pretty much the same, so we don't really need to worry about it. Okay, pretty much the same right there. Wind 320 9. Let's put that in. Temperature in Dubai 42 degrees Celsius. That is a hot day, but still quite cool by Dubai summer standards. So 42 degrees. And minimums. I'm gonna go 200. Full. Approach speed 129, landing speed 124. So 129, 124, 129. That is fine. 15,000 transition altitude. Previous. We'll activate this in just a little bit. Let's go to flight plan. Have a look at our final altitude here that we need to descend down towards. Is 2,000 feet, right? 2,000 feet. That's fine. Okay, let's do 2,000 feet right away. 2,000 feet, and yeah, when we're ready to, we'll get that descent started up. I don't think Airbus automatically begins the descent, does it? No, we have to descend. I'll find out. We shall find out. But anyway, we're here. We're nearly here. There isn't much to do. What do we have in terms of fuel on board? What do we have? Where is the fuel? Quantity. Where is the fuel? Come on. I had to press that button right here. It would seem so. Where is fuel? Where is fuel? Fuel on board 7,020 kgs. We took off with about 12,000 kgs. So burn through about 5. We'll be fine. We have enough fuel left over. That is fine. Great. I'll get ready to activate the approach. Okay, I'll get ready for that. There we go. Coming up on top of descent. Let me just see what it does. Let's see what it does, shall we? Let's see what it does. Does the computer automatically begin our descent, or it doesn't do that? No, it doesn't. Okay, activate. Confirm approach. And ta-da! Descend it is. There we go. There we go. We began our descent, ladies and gentlemen. Why on earth is the speed? Oh my god, I activated approach way too soon, didn't I? I activated approach way too soon, I feel like. I'm not going down to 129 knots now. I should not have done that. I should not have done that. Okay, whatever. It's fine. We're alright. I should not have done this. Should have waited all the way before I activated approach, but yeah, let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Okay, we'll find out. Find out. For now, we're okay. And I don't know how it's planning on descending at the moment. But it's descending a little too quickly for my taste. No, not descend. I mean, it's dropping speed a little too quickly for my taste. And I don't like that. I don't like that. Let's have a look. I don't want 199. I want the speed up. What is the speed supposed to be at? Yeah, 307. So I want the speed up to 307. Should not have activated approach way too soon. Oh yeah. Let's go down towards 307. That's what we should have done. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it on manage mode. Let it go completely, but we should not. I should not have done this. This was too soon. It was too soon. I don't know what came over me that I activated that soon, but it's too much. Yeah, we're gonna have a hard time now. Because the aircraft is literally trying to go down towards 129 knots, and that's not what I want. You know what? Let me just keep it at 260. I shall keep it at 260. Or rather 250. Let's leave it at 250 and then we'll see. It's gonna take us a while to land into Dubai at this speed. That's a problem. Yeah. Not good. Let's go 260. Anyway, we're alright. Yo buddy, that game's super. Yeah, I am now. Sorry about that. Got a little preoccupied by the bunch of stuff that was going on during descent. That game's super. Oh, thank you very much, man. Thank you very much for the follow as well. I appreciate that. I have no idea how to pronounce your username there, but Mr. 571 Himinoise. Is that what it says? Himinoise 571. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that. The game is Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. That is what I'm playing. I'm playing Flight Simulator 2024. Yeah. I can see your chat. Don't worry about it. Just got a little carried away with sorting out that speed there. But yeah, I can read your chat. I can read your chat. Okay. How are we looking here? We need to change to local pressure, which is 1003. Okay, so 1003. Let's Put that in there. 1003. Okay, we're going down. We're holding our altitude here, which is... doesn't make any sense. 9,500. Why are we holding altitude? What on earth is going on right now? What on earth is going on right now? What? Is there a restriction? Yeah, the restriction's at 250. Why on earth is this aircraft doing this? I have no idea. I have no idea why my aircraft is doing what it's doing right now. I don't know. But anyway, it seems to be back on track. Maybe there was a constraint there that I didn't see. Let me open up the constraints. Put that back on arc mode so I can see a little better. Reduce the range on that. There we go. Plus 8,000 there. That's pretty much it. Okay, great. That's much better. Mr. 571, him noise. Are you still around? Okie dokie. Okay, altitude restriction just fine. We've caught up with our VNAV profile here and we're coming into Dubai, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. We can see Dubai from the other side of the cockpit there. Why on earth is this up? I don't know. That was a mistake, but here it is. Welcome to Dubai. Welcome to Dubai. Beautiful, beautiful Dubai. Have they fixed the draw distances in Microsoft Flight Sim? Because some of this is loading up a little better than usual. Slightly better, but yeah. We are in Dubai. Those ground textures though are still horrible in 2024. Nonetheless. The beautiful airport that we're going to be landing at. I'm going to be passing over it directly at first. About to make a turn actually. About to make a turn. There we go. There's that turn right there. We're going to be flying directly over the foot of the runway we're going to be landing into. Okay, so speed is at 250. That's the right speed to be at. Good. Good. We can't really see much here. How about that one? Yeah, we can see a little bit here. Alrighty, let's Let's head outside for a second. There we go. 30 left is right here. And that is exactly where we'll be landing. That's the runway we're going to be landing into. Just for reference. Beautiful. Shaz F&M, yeah, I had to restart my flight. It wasn't exactly a simulator issue. It was the A380 issue. The FlyByWire A380. For me, at least, it doesn't work with 2024 just yet. It gives me the stutters and frame rate issues as well as the CTDs. So yeah, that was an A380 issue. It wasn't an issue with the simulator or the scenery or any of that. But yeah, I had to restart my flight. So this time I took the A330 by Anybills, flying that one into Dubai instead. I could go back to 2020 and fly the A380, or I could just go back right now from Dubai to Doha using the very same aircraft back into Doha to check out how it is at night, or I could just do that at night so we can have live time as well. Okay, let me jump back into the cockpit just a second. Do you reckon my game will crash it? I added the livery you're using right now. Also, where can you get this livery? Is it for FlyByWire A339X? FlyByWire doesn't have an A330-900, man. FlyByWire does not have an A330-900. Headwind has an A330-900. I know that. I know Headwind has an A330-900. The livery that I'm using... Okay, so the livery that I'm using right now is a default livery. Right? The livery that I'm using right now is a default livery that came with the simulator in the Anybills A330. So it's not going to cause any crashes, but you have to be careful when installing separate liveries. Headwind, okay. So if you're talking about the Headwind and you want to add the Qatari livery into the Headwind one in 2024, that might give you issues, yeah. I have the A330-900 in 2024. It performs better than the FlyByWire A380, that I can tell you. So yeah, I mean, the livery is the main issue. Most of the times, if you're having crashes, what's causing it is the livery that you're using. If you have external livery installed, it's mostly liveries. 2020, not an issue. 2020, not an issue. If you want to use the Qatari livery, this very same livery for the A330-900 by Headwind in 2020, not a problem. You will not crash. There won't be any crashes in 2020. Don't worry about it at all. I've done all sorts of crazy stuff in 2020 is just fine. 2024 is not worth it right now. Yep. Well, look, it depends. It depends on how you look at it. It depends on how you're looking at it. I mean, earlier, a couple of months ago, I would have 100% said, don't even bother getting 2024. But now, there's a lot of developers are jumping on board into 2020. They're fixing stuff at a very, very high rate now. A lot of things are improving. And I think if you want to spend the money to get ahead of the game, now is the time to do it. You can do it. But that being said, if you don't do a lot of night flying, if you don't do a lot of bush flying, stay in 2020. Because I still find myself flying 2020 a lot, right? Because it's just better. It just is. So yeah, I kind of agree with you when you say 2024 is not worth it for you. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. It's not worth it for a lot of people at the moment. But there are some aircraft and some scenery that are now only available for 2024. So if you're into that, then you can give it a shot. But apart from that, yeah, I get it. I get it. Okay. So we can still be at 250 knots here. Not an issue. We really don't need to slow down or any of that. Yeah, we can literally just be flying. just the way we are, and we are on top of our vertical profile here. We don't need to do anything else except this, which we should have done a while ago, and this, which I forgot because I was busy chatting. But apart from that, everything else is done. We can arm that. We can set that to low. I don't really want a lot of auto brake today. That's pretty much it. Just gonna wait up here. Let me just go through this. Yeah, we have a while before we need to slow down, so we're fine. We're just fine. Great. Like, for example, mate, look at this. If you look out the window, look at how terrible the textures are in 2024. In 2020, if we were flying this in 2020, it would look crisp. Oh yeah, and I get better performance in 2020 than 2024 too. Which makes no sense, because apparently because of the fixes that they've done, 2024 is supposed to have better performance. Not the case for me. For me, 2020 has better performance. So it doesn't make any sense. Anyway. Oh, we are making a turn. Look at these textures. I fly over places in X-plane where the textures are better than this. I'm not kidding. Granted, I have auto-ortho running. Auto-ortho in X-plane has places that has better texture than what you're looking at right now in 2024. That is just crazy. So yeah, I kind of get it. Unless they fix this texture thing, I don't ever see myself completely saying, oh yeah, 2024 is amazing. I don't really see it. The thing is that, okay, there's greater level of details in the aircrafts. That's one thing. But what's the point? Look at all this. Most of the time, you're not really looking at the level of detail of the aircraft. Yeah, it's fantastic. I'm not denying that. But come on. Ground textures. Ground textures. And this is to get a decent performance on a high-end PC. Come on, man. It's not max settings. It's just ultra. Well, it's not just ultra, but you get my point. In 2020, it works better. Same PC. Same settings. Better in 2024. I mean, in 2020. How that happens, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, we're coming in. We're coming in. We're coming in to our final lineup. Let's confirm that. Yes, sir. That is our final lineup there. And our speed is supposed to drop to 234 soon. We'll go down to... No, we won't go down just yet. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait it out for the time being. I'm gonna wait it out. I mean, you can catch the localizer in advance. Yeah. Localizer is already caught at a very rather large distance there. Yeah. Wait, we're at 20 nautical miles out and the localizer is caught? What? We are 25 nautical miles out from the runway. We got localizer already working. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. That is fine. Great. Put this on LS. Good. Good. We're looking good for landing. We're still on 250. Yep. We just need to slow down to its 234, 185, and 129. We got time for that. We've got time for that. Just a little bit. Not too much though, but we can do it. We can do it. You know, for the time being, let me just put this on nav. Okay, ULDOT 234. Let's drop that speed to 234. And we'll also begin by putting our slats down probably. We need to do that as well. Help us slow down. ULDOT 234. Copy that. Dropping slats. Or rather flaps to 1, right? I think so. Not flaps, just slats. There we go. Perfect. And we got 185, 129, and then we're ready. Go to 190 after this. Set po, I'm gonna go down to 190. There we go, 190. Visibility, we got a little haze. Also, for some reason, I have a problem with changing radio frequency. When I set the frequency and press that two-way arrow, it goes through, but then goes back to the initial frequency. You are talking about this one, right? And you have this issue with the headwind. Do you have the issue with the headwind? A330-900? Yeah, okay. So let me know if it's with the headwind. No, okay, which one? All of them. In 2020, all of them. And okay, that's interesting. Hold on a second. Okay, all right. It works for me in 2024. Okay, in 2020, I'll have a look at 2020. I'll have a look at 2020. I'll have a look at 2020. If I do find anything, I'll let you know. I'll definitely let you know. Yeah, it's probably a setting issue. That's exactly what I was thinking. Co-pilot assistance. Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yep, that sounds right. Ali. Yep, Ali. Co-pilot settings, you can change it in assistance. From the menu or from the top bar over here. It should show up. I have it turned off, but in 2020 it should be right here, or from the settings you'll be able to turn it off. I wish I was. I'm not in 2020 at the moment, so I can't really show you, but I know where that is. I think he's right. Yep. Shaz FNM. I think that's the way to do it. Okay, let's see what's going on here. I'm just gonna go to automatic speed now. Drop our flaps. Go to approach. Okay, we're supposed to be at 2,000 feet. What's going on here? Ooh, I think I missed it. Oh God, I missed it. I missed it. Let's put the gear down. I missed it, didn't I? Everything off is the way to go. That is absolutely right. I agree with you. I agree with you. In assistance, everything off is the way to go. Okay, we have a little bit of an issue, ladies and gentlemen. I forgot. Gear down. Just need to. Okay. I forgot about this completely. But yeah, let's put our flaps down here. My aircraft. Flaps full. We have all our lights in order. I'm not so sure. Okay, I think it's good enough. Oh, I forgot sky dolly. Okay, I'm not reading the chats at the moment. We're gonna go into land. Completely forgot about this. I missed the top of descent. I mean the ILS. I missed the glide slope there. Talking about the settings. It's alright, I'm not going to use LS today. It's alright. I have visual of the runway, so no LS for me today. Let's see how we do this. We're landing at 30 left. We took off from 16 left out of Doha. Okay. Be a little long today probably, but that's okay. 100.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 10. meter.
Okay, there we go. Reverse. Reverse off. Come on. Auto brake off. Okay, there we go. The throttle is not calibrated correctly. But anyway, we are into Dubai, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Welcome to Dubai. I completely missed the top of the glide slope. We're talking about how to solve the issue there, and I forgot that I was flying an aircraft. Completely forgot about it. My bad. My bad. But nonetheless, just gonna go ahead and stop here for a second. Put the parking brake on. We're gonna take a look at the landing replay first, just to see how we did. And once we are done with the landing replay, then we'll go ahead and clean up our aircraft and taxi it into any one of these stands right here. Okay, so my bad about that. I completely forgot that we were actually flying an aircraft, but the actual landing wasn't that terrible. Should have gone around, but you know, why go around when you can challenge yourself with a little bit of a stupid landing there. But anyway, let's go ahead and see how we did. Oh god, and sky dolly didn't work this time. Sky dolly didn't work. Can you believe that? Oh my god. That's terrible. That is terrible. Unfortunately, we won't have landing replay. Now that's one thing I hate about Microsoft Flight Sim. Maybe I should start using FCR, huh? Yeah, maybe I should. Can we do instant replay? We can't, right? No, we can't. You're gonna have to press record first. God. Okay. That's one thing I hate about Microsoft Flight Sim compared to X-Plane. Replay is a problem. I don't like using FCR, so I use SkyDolly. And SkyDolly doesn't always work. It usually does for me, but today for some reason it decided I'm not gonna work. I was too late. I was completely too late. I wasn't paying attention. My bad. My bad, guys. But that landing was pretty decent. That landing was definitely decent for that kind of approach. Anyway, let's go ahead and put our flaps up here. Completely. Let's bring that back down. And let's put that on taxi. It is on taxi, right? Yep, it's on taxi. Let's bring that out. Put that back on automatic there. And what else do we need to do? We can start up the APU here. Oh, sorry. APU there. Start that up. Today would be nice. Thank you. We'll leave APU bleed on there for the time being. There we go. Okay. We're just gonna come and park ourselves in somewhere here. And that's pretty much it for us. That is pretty much it for us. Welcome to Dubai, everybody. What do you guys think? Do you think I should try the Inibuild's scenery for Dubai? I do already have the... I mean, the default Dubai isn't that bad at all from Microsoft Flight Sim. It really isn't, so I'm not so sure. It's just that it's my, you know, it's the channel's home base, and might as well have a really good scenery for it. Okay. So I'm just gonna park this in here. Let's do that. That parking isn't right. We need to go in. Yeah, we definitely do. There we go, on the dot. Very cool. even then, that seems like we're sticking out a little too much, don't you think? Yeah, maybe I will get the scenery from Inibil's. Anyway, let's head back in here. Let's go ahead and shut down our engines. 1, 2. Okay, there we go. I was really hoping to have replay this time, but hey, what can you do? GSX, deboard please. Yeah, that hasn't really loaded properly, has it? Okay. Brake fan is hot. I mean, brakes are hot. We're gonna turn on the fan there. What else? What else do we got? Okay. Should probably connect external power. Can turn off the APU. Ground services. Toggle the GPU for the time being. Put on the chocks as well for now. Oh, we can't do that from here, by the way. My bad. Okay. Is that gonna connect or... Hello? That's so odd. That's it? Why is the jetway suspended in air? I think we are a little too... Yeah, we should have parked up closer to the thing, huh? Yeah, I think it's a scenery error there, but anyway. Got that going for us. We'll leave it on APU here. Alright. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, in Dubai. That landing was definitely decent. I really wanted a landing replay for it. Unfortunately, Skydolly decided not to cooperate with me on that one. Hope you guys enjoyed that flight. Thank you everybody for the follows and chiming on the chat. I really appreciate you guys being here. Hope you guys enjoyed that for today. I was supposed to do a return flight today, but after the crash that we already had once, I don't think I'll be able to make a return flight right now, but I definitely will get around to it so we can check out Doha at night time. And let me know what you think if I should try out the Inibil's Dubai scenery. This scenery isn't terrible, but it's already it's a default one. It's not terrible by any means, but you know, we could try it. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that flight today. It's a very hazy day. We can't see much here in Dubai. It could be a sandstorm. I'm not sure. But I'll leave it here for today, for this stream at least. And I shall catch you guys in the next one. Once again, thank you so much. Hope you guys have a good day, and I shall see ya in the next one. Bye-bye.